All right, when we get into statistics, there's going to be some things that you need to memorize. Now, the most obvious one is we need to know the average formula, right? The average and arithmetic mean are the same thing, and we know that the average of some numbers is the sum of the numbers over the number of numbers. How many numbers? Lots of ways to phrase that, but that's the formula. And we can start to apply that here, but I would say that the main reason people get this question wrong is that they fail to memorize another piece of the statistics here, which is that this is a histogram. And so we have to be able to read this and know what we have. We don't just have one 3, we have 2 3s, right? That's what this means. When it says number of apples, it means that 2 apples have 3 seeds. 4 apples have 5 seeds. No apples have 4 seeds, even though that's listed. So that number 4 isn't really going to factor in here. When I have a histogram, I'm also very worried about losing track of a number because there's just so many, right? And that can affect my average. And then even with a calculator, if I enter the wrong numbers, I'm going to get the wrong number. So one way that I keep track of things is I sum up every group individually. And you can basically do that through a little bit of multiplication, right? So I know that this first column actually has 6 seeds total, right? 2 apples that each have 3 seeds. 2 times 3 is 6. There's nothing in the second column of 4, right? Because 0 times 4 is 0. The next column, the 5s, that's going to be 20 total seeds, right? 5 seeds in 4 apples. And then this is going to be 6, and so I'm just multiplying. 14, and 9 times 3 is 27. Now what that lets me do is just now I can add up those numbers and get the total sum that I have on the top here. So 6 plus 20 plus 6 plus 14 plus 27 is 73. And they told me it's 12 apples, but if I needed to count that up, I would count up using this piece here. So that would be 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, right? So 2 plus 4 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, matches up. So that's my thing here. 73 divided by 12 is 6.08, and so that is closest to 6, and that's the answer. The reason I stress being organized so much is I do see in my own students, they constantly make mistakes here, and they just kind of forget that this frequency is part of it, right? This left-hand column of the chart. The other thing that they do is even if they get that right, they mess up entering things in the calculator. They enter it like this usually. 3 plus 3 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 7 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9. And that is tedious and highly prone to error, right? I mean, you're adding every number. The safest way to do it, if you're not going to do it the way I did, I think is going to be to show both numbers at once and try to keep the entries in the calculator at a minimum. So what I would do is I'd say, okay, well, we've got 2 3s plus 4 5s plus 1 6 plus 2 7s plus 3 9s over, we could say 12 because it says it, but 2 plus 3, or 2 plus 4 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3. And that way now when I'm going my calculator, maybe I'm more inclined to get it right. But again, when you're entering things in your calculator, don't try to do everything at once. There's an easy way to make a mistake here by leaving off parentheses. And so this is where I would just go, still add up all the top pieces so that I get 73 and then divide by 12 instead of doing everything at once and in one step, because, your calculator is only as good as you are. So if you give it bad data, it's going to give you bad data. So you really need to be careful and just be aware of your own limitations. The human brain is only capable of holding so much information at once. And so we're very likely to miss stuff when there's a lot of information, and most statistics questions involve a lot of information. So go slow, and I think your score will thank you for it.